Joe Alt versus Maxx Crosby. Joe Alt making his rookie debut against one of the best pass rushers in the entire league, and he was truly phenomenal. He played fantastic, was lights out against Maxx Crosby in true drop back pass protection reps. I think this guy has the potential to truly be great and become one of the best to ever do it. That might sound crazy, it being so young in his career, but I'm willing to stand on it. Let's get into some of the film from week one. This first rep here is actually a really nice job from Maxx Crosby. Really nice hand swipe there on Joe Alt. But because Joe Alt is a physical freak who has unreal body control for a man his size, he is able to recover and protect his quarterback just enough on this rep. But again, I want to point something out here, right? So put this thing in slow mo here. Watch the hand fake, right? Subtle hand fake from Joe Alt right there, right? We're going to fake the hands, then come back with our strike. But that's okay because guess what? Maxx Crosby, he's a veteran. He does the same exact thing. Hand flash to get Joe Alt to throw his strike and then come back around with that swipe, time it perfectly, knock the outside arm down of Joe Alt right there and turn that corner. And right here, he has Joe Alt beat, right? As of right now, this is a win for Maxx Crosby. That's an extremely short corner to turn with the quarterback right there. But again, because Joe Alt is a physical freak who can do this with his body, do this with his length to get just enough push around the edge to widen the pocket to protect his quarterback, this ends up being a win for Joe Alt. So again, a really nice rep from Crosby, but just so impressive the body control and the length usage here from Joe Alt to protect his quarterback. If this is any other tackle, that doesn't have the traits that Joe Alt has, the physical traits, this is probably a hit on the quarterback, if not a sack. Next play here, Raiders are going to be running some games up front. And again, this is just beautiful stuff from Joe Alt. I mean, like I'm nerding out right now, but the way this guy performed in week one and his rookie debut against a player of the caliber that Maxx Crosby is, it was just amazing to watch. And I mean, this rep right here, Maxx Crosby lined up way out here, lined up wide. That doesn't matter, right? We're Joe Alt. We got a buttery smooth pass set. Boom, 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 right here. We beat him to our spot, perfectly align our crotch with his inside leg, right? So we can't get beat inside. We can't get beat outside. We're in perfect position to, stop this defender in his tracks. And that's exactly what Alt does with a powerful outside strike. Look at the strike. Look at the torque that it gets on Crosby's outside shoulder there to completely run him around the quarterback. Watch this. Boom, right there. I mean, the strike, the timing, everything about this rep is just perfect. And it's like, again, guys, this is a rookie, okay, going against Maxx Crosby lined up wide, and he does everything so perfectly here. And I think the kids call what I'm doing right now glazing, but I don't care. Right? It's worth it. Like the strike on the outside shoulder, then get that inside hand back on the hip to help push him upfield away from your quarterback. Stays mirrored to him the whole entire time. Beautiful stuff. Now, this next play here, I would mark this as a pressure for Maxx Crosby. But again, because Joe Alt is just a physical freak, he is able to recover here and run him down the line of scrimmage. Now, what can we do better here? This is, to put it bluntly, a nice play from Maxx Crosby, to be honest with you, right? So we have the swim over the top, inside again, gets the pressure on the quarterback. Now, if you're Joe Alt, we can stay square a little longer here, right? He kind of opens his shoulders immediately at the snap right there. See how they're not exactly square to the line of scrimmage? If you stay square long enough, we can protect that inside better. And, Joe Alt, this is an easy fix. But again, because he's a physical freak of nature, he recovers with a nice post step right there. Outside, boom, boom, boom. And is able to run Crosby by the quarterback just enough to let the quarterback, get the ball off here. So again, like nice rep from Crosby. I would chart this as a pressure. But again, nice recovery from Alt. Boom, right there. Just got to stay square a little longer, and this is preventable. Next play here, Alt. This time he has a tight end beside him, which kind of throws off the rush path of Crosby. Excuse me. So which always makes it just a tad more difficult. But again, this is just a really nice job here from Joe Alt sitting down in his anchor against a bull rush from Crosby. Kind of going for that, maybe one arm, long arm slash bull rush type of pass rush move here. But again, this guy is 6'8", okay? And look how low he plays, man. Look at that. This guy is 6'8", guys. I mean, this is just insane. Inside hand is inside the shoulder pads of Crosby. Outside hand lands outside, but that's okay. He gets underneath there, uses that length, uses that strength he has in his hands, and his arms and his length, and he sits down in his anchor and completely stonewalls Maxx Crosby from getting to his quarterback. Next play here, I mean, again, same thing as last time, just an impressive anchor down against a bull rush here. I mean, guys, like, look at the body control, the body position, and he's even being stepped on by his teammate over here, and he's still able to maintain this leverage for a 6'8" guy anchoring down versus the best pass rusher, arguably, in the National Football League in his rookie debut. Like, look at this. Boom, nice set, staying tight, square, hands inside. I mean, he being 6'8" is lower or as almost as low, at least even with Crosby here. I mean, look at this. Like a 6'8" guy should never win the leverage battle, but he does. He ends up winning it. He's lower than Crosby, right? Sits down and again just stonewalls Maxx Crosby to win the rep. This next play here, Crosby with his patented hand swipe, he actually lands it. But again, nice recoverability from Joe Alt because he put himself in a position to be able to do so, right? Nice set. He gets to his spot perfectly, turns his hips, or excuse me, turns his shoulders when he knows that that Maxx Crosby is 100% going to be rushing outside, right? Because he doesn't want to give up his inside. And he gets his hand swiped, but he's able to recover immediately. Watch, hand swiped off, but boom, right back on him. No worries, right? And why is he able to do this? Because of his technique. His footwork is spot on. He's square. He's mirroring the defender perfectly. And if you don't mirror the defender when you get your hands knocked off, you're gonna give up a quarterback hit, a pressure, a sack, right? But because he's staying square as long as possible, mirroring the defender, crotch to inside leg ratio, right? It doesn't matter that he got his hand swipe because he's in position to immediately recover and get a push on Maxx Crosby right there to widen that edge and protect his quarterback. Another nice job. Next up here again, got a tight end beside him, which makes it a little more difficult for Crosby and his rush path. Just want to make things fair here, right? But they're going to go under center. No play action involved here. Old school football, right? We got what do we got? 1, 2, 3. Little 5-step drop maybe. Looks like maybe it was supposed to be 3-step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last two kind of looked rushed. Who knows? But over here again, Joe Alt. I mean, come on, guys. Like, what can you say at this point? It's actually a really nice chop for Maxx Crosby. Again, like Crosby is landing things, right? But it just doesn't matter because this guy is just a specimen. I mean, look how low he's playing once again. I feel like I'm just saying the same things over and over again. But when it comes to the best in the league, I mean, you just have to, right? You got to harp on the fundamentals. And as a 6'8" man, look at the leverage. Look how low he plays with. And when you're already a freak and you play that low, I mean, you're dang near impossible to beat, right? We get our hands knocked down, but because we have good leverage, we're able to immediately replace the hands. Boom, back inside, and give the quarterback enough time to get the ball off. It was a quick pass, but again, nonetheless, the technique right here, the leverage he plays with, it's just incredible to watch. Next play here, again, just stonewalls Maxx Crosby. A little bit of help from the running back at the end, but that had no effect on the result here at all. I mean, check this out. Crosby going for the stutter bull, right? Stutter, the little stutter, and then switch it to bull. And I mean, Crosby's got his hands in his chest, right? Again, this rep right here from this position is being lost by 95% of other tackles in the league going against Maxx Crosby, right? Alt's hands didn't land. Crosby's lower, little lower, hands in the chest of Alt. But guess what? We replace our hands inside to the best of our ability. We bull hop right here. Check the bull hop. That's when he does that little hop skippity back, right? It's a good way to counter the bull. Hop, hop until we just stonewall him, right? So when we're here, that's not where we want to be against Maxx Crosby. But when we're a physical freak, we can replace our hands inside, sit down, okay, and combat the bull rush, and then dominate the rep. God, that's impressive. Next play here, kind of I don't want to say a rep taken off from Crosby, but didn't really put much. I don't want to question his effort here, but maybe he's containing. Who knows? But again, another nice job from Joe Alt here. Gets to his set perfectly, square to the line of scrimmage, waits patient with the hands, doesn't shoot his hands too quick to get him knocked down, right? Boom, hands inside, mirror the defender, build a wall in front of your quarterback, and win the rep. And that right there, my friends, is going to be the end of the video. This entire video is going to make me seem like the biggest fanboy ever. And maybe I am. But Joe Alt in his first ever professional football game going against Maxx Crosby, top 3 edge rusher in the league, and completely shutting him out. Are you kidding me? Like, how can you not fanboy out over this, man? But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Peace.